Alright, we're back with some Final Fantasy XIV and hopefully some Phase 2 Proc-Off P8. We're gonna jump in here in a minute, once our team fills completely. Sadly, we don't really have that much time today, so it will be somewhat of a short stream. With that being said, I am hopeful that we'll still get in some decent Phase 2 Proc on P8. Let me just check. Nice, we've already lost 10 minutes of our lockout. Cool. But obviously, something can always come up. Yeah, it's a weird day today, I don't know. Haven't really gotten to all the stuff that I needed to get to, honestly. But that being said, yeah, I don't know where I wanted to go with this. I was looking a little bit at some new stuff. I think I mentioned that briefly yesterday, the Nintendo Direct that happened. I watched like a quick overview of the PlayStation Direct that they also did. Unfortunately, I think they didn't actually show that much. Like, obviously, if you're a fan of one of those games and you were waiting that stuff and whatnot, then yeah, might have been interesting for you, but I don't know, it felt like obviously the Nintendo Direct had the Zelda announcement that we finally got a date and whatnot, but I felt like for that type of announcement, the trailer was pretty bad. Like, the trailer that we got was, I don't know, just not that great. There was like a solid 20 seconds of just something that looked like murals or something, right? And then, well, we did get gameplay and we did get some interesting scenes that obviously can be analyzed and whatnot, and you know, you can look at it and see, all right, that's what's going on there, but we also knew a bunch of that stuff already, so it wasn't really new at all. It didn't really show off anything that I would have liked it to show off, like a proper story this time around, for example. So yeah, I really wasn't a big fan of that, and honestly, the whole thing for me personally, and why I'm not really that excited about it, is because it kind of came off as this, oh fuck, you know, we've been teasing it for such a long time, we've announced it such a long time ago. See, this is where you also shouldn't announce these games that early. That at this point they had to give us a release date, right? People were definitely anticipating to get a release date, and so they probably said, well, fuck, now we kind of have to do it. And I don't like that. It really came off as this, I don't know, obviously that's my personal interpretation of it, but it did really come off as, oh, you know, fuck, we kind of have to do it, so here you go, right? Instead of this big reveal of something really, really great. Like, honestly, the first trailer that we got for the Breath of the Wild sequel, what we now know is going to be called Tears of the Kingdom, the first trailer we actually got 3 years ago was a lot better than this one, and that's the wrong way around, right? Like, usually you want to have a short teaser that just sort of hints at what is to come, and then the closer the release date gets, the more you want to reveal about it, right? And the better the trailers usually have to be, or should be, rather. But in this case, it was kind of the other way around, and I'm not a big fan of that. It just, because it didn't really make me excited for the game. I mean, partly that was a big thing for me personally with the Nintendo Direct. While I did like a bunch of what they showed, for example, the new Fire Emblem, I still haven't played through the Three Houses. I need to do that eventually, but while there were a couple of things where I said, "Oh yeah, this looks kind of interesting," overall, it still had this sort of, I don't know what it was. It wasn't really all that interesting. There wasn't really a thing where I went, "Oh, now I understand why they made like a 20-minute presentation out of this," right? It wasn't that interesting at all. Maybe it was sort of the choice of games. There were definitely a bunch of games that shouldn't have been there at all, right? See, so I would have definitely, if I had been in charge of that, cut about 5 to 8 games out of the presentation, and then just made a way longer trailer for Tears of the Kingdom and potentially other games as well. Like even the Fire Emblem thing that they showed in the beginning was sort of a bunch of action scenes, but nothing really all that interesting. It sort of felt a bit random at times, right? The whole presentation actually felt like that. Just sort of, oh yeah, we're taking some random shots out of our games and show them off, right? And yeah, I didn't like that at all. Now the PlayStation Direct I actually didn't watch because I wasn't really interested in it to begin with. Not that I was interested in the Nintendo Direct, but in terms of the games they showed, I mean, yeah, there was a bunch of interesting stuff. I think the Yakuza game, Yakuza Ishin, I think it's called. A lot of people are excited about that because it's now coming to the West. I didn't really know anything about it. I mean, I do know Yakuza, obviously, but didn't really know that it had apparently already been released in Japan and people were awaiting its Western release. Don't know why that's still a thing, but alright. And yeah, I guess people are excited about that, but other than that, I really don't get what the point of this PlayStation Direct was. I mean, yes, it did show off a couple of interesting things, don't get me wrong, but once again, not in this manner that really means all that much. I don't know, for example, the new God of War. I feel like they've already shown way too much of that game. I mean, I haven't really watched anything about it. Because, well, I haven't played the first one, and I kind of want to play both at the same time. I don't know if I'm going to play the first one shortly before the second one comes out. It's probably going to be, because I've never really been a fan of the God of War series, so I'm probably going to play both once the second one goes on sale or something, so that's still a while in the future, I'd imagine. But that being said, I was still interested. I liked it when they showed off the first game. I thought it had a couple of really, really neat and interesting things in it. It looked really well made, and I felt like they, especially in terms of storytelling with the characters, but also in terms of gameplay, they did at least try some stuff, right? It didn't feel like your typical, it didn't feel like the Spider-Man stuff, for example, where I absolutely have zero interest in that, right? Because it feels like a kid's game, and it's really not, like, it feels like a GTA for like 10-year-olds or something, right? And I mean, that's kind of what Spider-Man is supposed to be, but in terms of a game, I'm looking for a little bit more at this point, right? And so I was really interested in God of War because of that, but I feel like with the second one, I don't know, they've already been showing off so much about it, right? I mean, didn't it have like a full PlayStation Direct for itself at one point? It's another one of these examples where they also like showed it off really early, right? I mean, it's still not coming out until what, next year? So, or is it releasing this year? I actually don't know. But it's just, it's this weird case of I don't really know. It's not like, why is that sort of the top thing of your presentation, right? Which is why I wasn't really interested in it to begin with, because, for example, Final Fantasy 16, they didn't even show. But even if they had, we've already seen a bunch of that game. Like, what more do you want, right? Aside from, like, so if they're doing like a particular presentation, right, that's 15, 20 minutes about one game, right? That's sort of doing these interviews with developers, showing off a little bit of gameplay, talking to us about maybe inspirations for certain things or whatnot, right? I mean, it's this thing where you kind of, if you're a really big fan of a particular franchise, for example, I always enjoyed it when they are doing like a bigger thing, right? But a thing that's also not just showing off the game, right? So that you can get spoiled or something, but rather when it's this thing where you can get a little bit more insight, right? What were they thinking when they were creating it? Maybe a little bit, a couple of shots of, potentially seeing, what's it called? Like how they developed it or something, right? Development shots, that kind of stuff. That can be really, really interesting. And if you're, again, a fan of a particular franchise, in this case, for example, God of War or Final Fantasy or whatever, then that can be a really cool thing, right? One thing that I was personally waiting for is still the pixel remaster thing, so Final Fantasy for PlayStation. I don't know why that's still not a thing. But you can do that as well, right? Let's say you're doing a presentation purely about Final Fantasy 16. You can sort of add in that type of stuff, right? Where you're suddenly saying, all right, well, we also announce that, hey, by the way, these are now also available on PlayStation. Or maybe you announce something else entirely, a new mobile game and whatnot. Not that I would care about that, but, that's kind of how you could do that. The whole PlayStation Direct this time around, much like the Nintendo Direct, it did have interesting stuff in it, but it was at this sort of threshold where the information within it was interesting, but not interesting enough to warrant actually watching it, right? Which is this sort of, and I've seen that with a couple of things in the past as well. And I get that it's always really difficult to pull off, but like in the past with the big E3 presentations, for example, they usually, they also had a bunch more presentation in it, right? So it was partly also entertainment. And, don't get me wrong, there were, typically, I would say, there was a 75% chance of an E3 presentation also just being outright bad and just uninteresting, right? So it's not really like they were more interesting, but it was this whole event, right? It was like 3 days, and then it was gone, right? With these sort of directs, they kind of pop up in between. Yes, it's only 20 minutes, so it's not that big a deal. But I don't know, in my sort of vision, that kind of makes it worse, honestly, because it's this weird case of, oh, well, I kind of like the information they're giving out, but at the same time, it's done in this really sort of uninteresting way. I don't know. Maybe it's also because they're not really doing anything interesting anymore with these types of things, right? It's always this, oh, we're showing like an action trailer. Like it's never, the trailers are never actually good, right? They very rarely have good music in them or interesting music at all. Most of the time, they're not even really story focused or anything, right? And I don't know, it sort of lost a little bit of the charm that in the past I feel like some presentations or trailers had, right? It is really difficult to sort of say, and I know that it's also obviously very subjective, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, looks like we're not raiding tonight, huh? Great. Oh well. Ooh. How'd that happen? Well, now we lost almost half an hour already. Let's see. But yeah, these presentations and whatnot. I don't know. It's also, well, oh yeah. Gonna be in Discord now though. See you on the other side. Oh yeah.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone. Leave naught but ash in your wake. Out of my sight! Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You are prey to be consumed! Leave naught but ash in your wake! shall see my wish fulfilled. You will know my rage. Who praying before a god? Perish in flame's embrace. Go forth and sate your boundless hunger. Fulgent flame my servants rise. A fitting death. Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone. Leave naught but ash in your wake. Let sink sorrow into your heart.
That was wrong, yeah.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone. Leave naught but ash in your wake. Let sink sorrow into your heart. Behold the fruits of sacrifice. consumed. Leave naught but ash in your wake.
One.
I shall see my wish fulfilled. You will know my rage. Who praying before a god? Perish in flame's embrace. Go forth and sate your boundless hunger. Fulgent flame my servants rise. Out of my sight!
Oh, my bad.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice. You are prey to be consumed.
Yeah, sorry about that. Spread. No idea what I did there.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone! Leave naught but ash in your wake! Let seep sorrow into your heart! Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone! Leave naught but ash in your wake! Let seep sorrow into your heart! Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You will know my rage! Who praying before a god? Leave naught but ash in your wake!
Three.
I shall see my wish fulfilled! You are prey to be consumed! flames embrace. Go forth and sate your boundless hunger. From fulgent flame my servants rise. Out of my sight! Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You will know my rage! Be crushed underfoot! Shall see my wish fulfilled. You are prey to be consumed. Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone. Leave naught but ash in your wake. Out of my sight! Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You will know my rage! Who praying before a god? Leave naught but ash in your wake. I shall see my wish fulfilled. You are prey to be consumed. Perish in flame's embrace. Go forth and sate your boundless hunger. From fulgent flame my servants rise. A fitting death. Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You will know my rage! Be crushed underfoot! Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone! Leave naught but ash in your wake! Let seep sorrow into your heart! Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You will know my rage! Who praying before a god? Leave naught but ash in your wake! Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone! Leave naught but ash in your wake! Let seep sorrow into your heart! Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You will know my rage! Who praying before a god? Leave naught but ash in your wake! shall see my wish fulfilled. You are prey to be consumed. Perish in flame's embrace. Go forth and sate your boundless hunger. From fulgent flame my servants rise. Out of my sight! Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You will know my rage! Be crushed underfoot! I shall see my wish fulfilled. You are prey to be consumed. Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone! Leave naught but ash in your wake! Out of my sight! Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You are prey to be consumed! Leave naught but ash in your wake! I shall see my wish fulfilled! You will know my rage! Who praying before a god?
I can risk.
Perish in flame's embrace! Go forth and sate your boundless hunger! From fulgent flame my servants rise. Let's sink sorrow into your heart. Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You are prey to be consumed! Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone! Leave naught but ash in your wake! Out of my sight! Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You will know my rage! Who praying before a god? Leave naught but ash in your wake! Shall see my wish fulfilled. to be consumed. Perish in flames and race. Go forth and sate your boundless hunger. From fulgent flame my servants rise. Let's sink sorrow into your heart. Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone. Leave naught but ash in your wake. Let's sink sorrow into your heart. Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You will know my rage! Who praying before a god? Leave naught but ash in your wake! I shall see my wish fulfilled. You are prey to be consumed. Perish in flame's embrace. Go forth and sate your boundless hunger. From molten flame my servants rise. I tire of this farce. Behold the fruits of sacrifice. You will know my rage. Be crushed underfoot. I shall see my wish fulfilled. You are prey to be consumed. Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone! Leave naught but ash in your wake! Out of my sight! Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You are afraid to be consumed! Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison. Sear flesh from bone! Leave naught but ash in your wake! Let sink sorrow into your heart! Behold the fruits of sacrifice! You are afraid to be consumed! naught but ash in your wake. I shall see my wish fulfilled. You will know my rage. Who praying before a god? Perish in flame's embrace. Go forth and sate your boundless hunger. From fulgent flame my servants rise. I tire of this farce. Behold the fruits of sacrifice. You are prey to be consumed. Shall see my wish fulfilled. You will know my rage. Be crushed underfoot. Godhood is within
Of
my
course, when I
grasp.
die.
I need only reach. Even should my vessel crumble, I shall take hold of my reward. If I must tear this wretched world down, I shall! I see now how I long for our reunion! Receive of me death, and be honored! Receive of me death, and be honored! My will is absolute! Receive of me death, and be honored! Receive of me death, and be honored! Receive of me death and be honored! My will is absolute!
I died to dot damage. Yeah, I think about 4 ticks kill me. 4 ticks is a complete HP bar. Check.
Receive of me death and be honored! My will is absolute! Receive of me death and be honored! My will is absolute! Receive of me death and be honored! and partake of my gift!
What kind of roulettes do you want to do? Yeah, that's fine, I'll stay. Okay. Good night.
Especially, like, they're half dead when you actually pull them together. Yeah. Yeah, I hope they do cool stuff with it in 7.0. Like, add on something really cool. That would be awesome.
stubborn mortal. Come! No, I will not be defeated by you!
One second, I'm gonna switch for... there it is. Alright. Yeah, that's really weird when Black Mage this level. I'm a dancer, I'm not doing damage. Nothing here. I finally have it.
Joined as one, never to be parted. Unbound by past or future in this single perfect moment. We shall draw your memories from you. And they will be your undoing. Must you interfere? Our utopia will only be complete. Once you are erased from our memory.
You've got to protect her memories. Hurry!
You would defy us!
Delicious, aren't they?
These are actually quite good.
See? Let's have another one. Half each?
Such fragile things, memories.
What happened to the other half?
Am I being erased from her memory?
Pitiful!
I told you it would make a great necklace.
Beautiful. I think it'll really suit you.
Me? But I thought you should have it.
They shatter. They fade.
Is this ice? Where did this come from?
If this goes on much longer, she'll forget everything.
We tire of your insolence.
How about... this one.
That's my color. Now, this one on the other hand... What am I doing with this? I'd never wear this color.
No! We can't let this happen!
You are unworthy of my utopia. We shall bring eternal harmony. Tranquility and vitality in perfect balance. Why will you not disappear? No! Our utopia cannot fall! Now your memories belong to us.
Oh, I only got a 34 on the orchestral roll. Unfortunate. Yeah. Don't even know what's that's worth, but... Probably, yeah. It's probably 300k or something. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I actually sold the Shiva one like 6 months later for 1 mil. That was worth a lot. And the one that just dropped is worth 1.3 mil on my server. The one that just dropped, 1.3 mil. Yeah. Don't... Really? Still gonna take a while though, right? No, it only drops like 5% chance or something. Yeah. I mean, I did E12 normal like 75 times for the triple tricard. That were fun times. Yeah, it was the last one I needed for the mount. Yeah. I actually still need to sort through my Pokemon bank for the new stuff. Oh, are they doing that? Never. Oh, right. Yeah, that already exists. I just don't know. You can already put that like from the bank to the Switch, but of course they increase the price like 4 times per year. Yeah, it's called Pokemon Home, I think. You can even get it on smartphone, and it works the same. Yeah, yeah. I think it's been a while ago, like half a year ago, something. Or a year even? I don't know. Yeah, maybe even to Pokemon Go, I think. Yeah, that's what I don't know about. If you can still even. Yeah, true. I should actually do that as soon as possible then. Didn't even really think about that. Could be. Only the. Can you still. But a credit card still works? That's weird, okay. Oh yeah, they probably have to do that because they need to be valid for at least a year or something, right? Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Okay. But then how do you buy stuff? But here it says, as of March 28th, 2023, you will no longer be able to buy licenses for Pokemon Bank. Oh, but you will be able to use Pokemon Bank free of charge. Yeah, and so, yeah, they basically let you transfer those free of charge to the new thing. Oh, that's good then. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Though I didn't actually expect them to do that. I would have expected to have to pay for that. To transfer everything. Yeah, true. They wouldn't get the people that are still using Pokemon Bank or have been using. True. Yeah. Alright. I'm going offline then. See you tomorrow. Good night. Alright. That was interesting. I didn't expect us to take that long to get back to phase 2, but then again, it is what it is. We didn't really have that much time today anyways, and we'll see how the week goes. I might do some PFing as well. At this point, honestly, I don't really care when I kill it. So, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I've been there. I know how it works. Second phase, honestly, isn't even that difficult. So, that's going to be it for today, though. Tomorrow is going to be probably another short stream with just a bunch of Final Fantasy rating. And then hopefully we'll figure out what happens. Until then, have a great rest of your night, day, morning, evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.